Alright, I'm pumped. CVP action, man. I have been underexposed to this matchup because there just hasn't been enough HotS content. There haven't been many tournaments yet, not too many show matches or anything. And as a Terran player, it's just been TVP, TVZ, and TVT all day, of course. So, see exactly how these players approach. And as Behemoth, you've been playing more PVZ than anyone in the beta these days.
Indeed.
So in the bottom left, not from Root, from Complexity, in fact, it is the Protoss player Minigun. And in the top right, from Team EG, it is LzGamer. And at the tag, LzG, their title sponsor, Raid Call, there at the end.
Raid car.
Yeah, Raid Car. That's exactly what I thought when I said it. Oh shit. I was gonna order sushi on the phone so you guys could hear how funny the lady sounds. The sushi place here. Cause she like yells every roll back at you. In harsh Asian accent. I love it.
So we see a first pylon in Minigun's base, so this could indicate a gate first, but it could also just be the style of putting the forge in your main, so that you don't have to sack it against the 6 pool or some sort of early pool. But in HotS, I think I have been seeing more. Well, in ZVP from the HotS I've been playing, seeing more gate first builds than in Wings of Liberty. I don't know how you feel about that, Behemoth.
Yeah, it's incredibly strong nowadays. With the mothership core, early link floods are not the same threat that they used to be. So not having that wall off early isn't as big a deal, as well as the fact that the mothership core allows you to like apply a lot of pressure early on. You can have units out on the map even with speedlings around. So the earlier you get the mothership core out, the more energy you have. So there's all kinds of incentive to be getting out your cybernetics core gateway earlier.
Yeah, that mothership core pisses me off.
Yeah,
just
pretty
saying.
ridiculous unit.
Throwing it out there.
Yep. But it looks like Minigun is going for the Nexus first anyway, so it's probably just going to be the Forge in his main build, because Nexus first and then Gateway in your main is still pretty risky, even against a 15 pool, even with the Mothership core, because it won't really be out in time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And he's going to throw down, yeah, you're right, that Forge. So, we'll see how this works out. I'm sure he's got his timings down on it well, although it is looking a little sketchy there. The Forge has just gone down, the pool's already finished, so if LzG rushes Lings across the map, it could get a little scary for Ashlef.
Oh, thank you, Sam SC2, for reminding me to list it under the event again. I forgot to list it under my event because my fucking stream, I reset it to fix it. And there we go. Alright.
Yeah, so he is going to start the cannon right as the Forge finishes, and he got his Forge on 17 right up to the Nexus, so this should always be safe against the 14 or 15 pool. So,
yeah, he's got it timed out incredibly well. The Lings should get there just as Ken finishes.
Yeah, Probe's going to see these 4 Lings walking in, but as you mentioned, not a huge threat. If they do head straight for the main,
yeah.
Oh, nice. That was a sick block.
Just to force the pathing. He might still try to run in, and he does, but actually only one of them dies, so I thought 2 were going to die. But it's going to be pretty annoying for Minigun, but not the end of the world. As long as he micros his probes, he shouldn't really lose any.
Yeah, and that was actually sick how he microed that one probe back into the gas.
Yeah.
I liked that there. Well played. Other drone chasing away Minigun's probe that threw down a pylon to spot the 3rd of LzGamer. These 3 Lings still, of course, remaining active. Gonna see exactly what Minigun transitions into. And he's trying to bring out his L to clean them up, but obviously LzGamer's the type of guy that can keep his units alive until there's something more rangy out there.
Really good probe micro from Minigun, continuing to not take any losses whatsoever.
Yeah, and check out what LzGamer's done. He's taking that frontal 3rd. Fuck that pylon. I'm getting my 3rd hatchery. Throws down 2 gas at his natural, so he went gasless up until that point, I believe.
Yeah, so double gas at 6 minutes or 40-ish supply. It's just standard Wings of Liberty build. It's for me at least, it seemed to be pretty good in Heart of the Swarm as well. Just because your tech lines up really nicely relative to your economy. And taking that front base really serves two purposes. One, he doesn't have to build extra lings to clear the pylon. And secondly, Minigun is a lot more in the dark because he couldn't get a probe out to go scout for the third. So he probably thinks LzGamer's 2-basing because he didn't kill the pylon. And also because, I mean, LzGamer doesn't play standard all the time. He's known for mixing it up. So Minigun's probably going to have to be pretty worried.
Yeah, Minigun does have a Zealot headed across the north side, though, and a probe stashed away in the bottom center. So I think he can still identify this third before he overcommits to any misconception that he might be under right now.
Yeah, and he's sending the mothership core out, so I guess he doesn't feel that scared. And now sees the creep in the hatch, so now he knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed from watching Minigun play is that with these initial gateway units, he's always able to do some damage to the Zerg player. I mean, right now this is pretty irritating for LzGamer. He's trying to get a drone surround on these stalkers, but Minigun, of course, microing it quite attentively, brings the mothership core in, and is able to deny mining completely at this new hatchery.
Yeah, I think he might actually take this out because he's going to have to get a queen down here to really deal with it, and I don't think that's going to happen. He doesn't feel comfortable moving his queens off of creep.
Yeah, and following this up with more gateway units is Minigun. He's got 2 stalkers and another probe moving out. However, there are quite a few lings here. No speed, though, and I don't even think it got started. So, he's going to have to wait for this Roach Warren before I think he can really clean this up. I mean, Recall's still waiting on this mothership core, so things get too hairy. He can always preserve the stalker count.
I think LzGamer should be able to preserve this base, but this aggression isn't over yet. 5 stalkers can deal with that many slow links quite easily, and at any time he wants, he can just pull back from the mothership core. So he's going to keep this up, and it's going to be an efficient battle for him here. He's got to make sure to engage these links off creep.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of cutting
he's even
that
warping in Zealots, cleaning them up. The Zealots don't even have +1, but they were still able to clean up the lings because slow lings are not too great against gateway units.
Wow,
so what was that you were saying about base preservation? Minigun
that was really bad for him. I don't think Minigun lost a single unit, maybe like 1 Zealot earlier on, but
yeah, he's
and
just having a bunch more gates right now.
Oh no, the Roach will just barely get away, but you know, Minigun's really saying to LZ, no, you can't do something weird against me. You try to take the wrong base, I'm just gonna kill it.
Yeah, and
yeah, sure.
He's looking to punish this with an Immortal in production, a bunch of sentries being warped in, 4 gates on the way. This Overlord needs to move in there, spot that out. Otherwise,
yeah, I think this is just going to be the Immortal push follow-up, and it's a pretty good choice. He forced a lot of lings early, and LZ still wasn't able to kill units or save the base, so his economy got thrown off, and he also wasn't able to save it. He is throwing down the Hydralisk Den, which is a decent choice because when you're behind, one way to get back into the game is to go Hydras. You know, they share the same upgrades as your Roaches, and just kind of try to gimmick your way back in and hope that the Protoss doesn't get AoE in time, and you can do a Roach Hydra push.
Yeah, Minigun actually was playing a little bit risky with his mothership core, trying to pick off drones. He got it down to 1 hit away from being killed by the Queen. So great job of him microing that back. However, it leaves it pretty weak for any subsequent follow-up push, which I think he might have been looking to do with the Immortal Sentry all in. Like, think of Immortal Sentry all in, but with recall. I mean, Parting's just gonna shit his pants when he plays this game. I don't understand.
Yeah.
If he doesn't lose now with that build, how would he ever lose when you can just teleport home if it's not going well? And force fields catching these Roaches. This is absolutely devastating for LzGamer.
Yeah. He's gonna get one of the Immortals, I think. Oh no, he doesn't even get that. No, he does. He does. But you know, was that really worth it? He lost about 12 Roaches for 1 Immortal.
Yeah, definitely not worth it.
Yeah, if you look at home, his saturation's like not the strongest, not as much as it could be. He's like cut it to produce a bunch of Hydras right now, which is, you know, pretty good against an Immortal Sentry composition with this many Stalkers. But with good force fields, I think Minigun's going to be able to pick off this third once more.
Yeah, LzGamer's best bet is just to run these rounds, and I mean, there's nothing you can do here.
Yeah, Hydras are decent against this composition, but only really when the Zerg's ahead in supply. Roach Hydra is not the type of army you want to have with equal supply.
And we can see Zerg's just forfeited this location. He does not want to take an engagement at this time. Knows that he needs a few more units to scale up. against the aggressive potential of Minigun's composition. These are also pretty awkward angles for the Zerg player. I mean, this choke, once again allowing Minigun to hit a nice concave of force fields, seal off these precious units when you're behind like this with Zerg. It's not the kind of swarmy race that you want it to be. You have to be very careful and retentive. I don't even know if retentive is a word, but I just used it.
We don't know what you meant. Anyway,
Yeah, it's clear what you meant in context.
all this shit is gonna die. That's pretty much all you need to know. Protoss is just gonna roll through and kill everything.
Yeah, and that was really came down to, I think, the early game execution of Minigun. He was just so crisp and unforgiving with his early gateway pressure, in addition to that mothership core. Just a wonderful little utility that Protoss has now in the early game, being a lot safer and
Yeah.
allowing him to display his micro.